Well, it may be 2023, ladies and gentlemen. I hope it's going well for you, but let's be honest, it doesn't stop the same stories of last year making the same amount of headlines, and it seems like the same people of last year want the same amount of attention. Harry and Meghan continue to not only divide their families, but the public opinion of their character and their motives. And we're going to start off this year with a massive truth. Buckle up for this one. Let's begin with the Oprah Winfrey interview. I said to my granddad the next morning, look, younger people of my generation, left-leaning people, are going to love this and they're going to believe everything these two are saying because it upholds the narrative we're being brought up with today, right? We're being told from a young age the world is such an evil and racist place and England is such a racist country. I'll tell you now, I've said this many times now, I'm half Indian. I've got a full Indian name and not once have I experienced racism in this country. Not once have I looked around me and thought, yeah, you know what? I need to leave this place, get out, and then make money off a documentary. I'm not saying people don't go through situations. Of course they do. You can go through those same situations in any country, but you don't hold everybody to the same standard. You don't hold the whole country to the same standard, right? It's like when people get cheated on in a relationship and then they go about their day-to-day life saying, well, all women, all men are the same. We know that's not true. And hey, look, Harry and Meghan could have got a comment on the off chance, right? They could have got a small comment. But I thought we lived in a world where we're innocent until proven guilty, not guilty until proven innocent. And they know this, they recognize this because they know a lot of the world is living in an echo chamber where they repeat everybody's opinions. So they can say anything. The headlines will say what they want to say, but people will repeat it. And then people will go about their day-to-day life in this country and other countries in the world and say, well, England is such a racist place and the royal family are behind it all and they're so evil, which doesn't make any sense to me because if you look around yourself in England, we're one of the most beautiful and diverse places. So if we're so racist, if England is such a racist country, it wouldn't be a great idea to encourage immigration then, would it, if it's such a bad place? Can you see how everything just contradicts each other? It just doesn't really make any sense to me. But I digress. This Sunday at 9 o'clock, 8th of January, Harry is going to be in a new interview on ITV1. This time he's by himself. And surprisingly, when he's by himself, he says comments like, well, I want my father, I want my brother back. Who could have seen that one coming, huh? Take a look.
Well, here we go again. Off the back of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's 6-hour Netflix series, now 2 more interviews with Prince Harry, both filmed in California where he now lives, timed to maximise publicity for his new book. What's left to say? Well, to journalist and friend Tom Bradby, this.
Never needed to be this way. The leaking and the planting. I want a family, not an institution. They feel as though it's better to keep us somehow as the villains. They've shown absolutely no willingness to reconcile. I would like to get my father back. I would like to have my brother back.
So, in my opinion, it looks like the cracks in the narrative that I don't think Harry himself truly 100% believes are starting to show. I just think you may have gone a little bit too far, mate, at this point. You know, I don't know if you realise you were in a documentary on Netflix that made millions trashing your own family. I don't know if you realise you were a part of that. And then think about all the other PR moves you and your wife started to orchestrate across the time you have left the royal family, and now suddenly you want to join back. You want your brother and father back, but you don't want to be part of the institution. It just seems like to me that you want your family back when it suits you and more obviously your wife. You can't just trash your family for months, make documentaries, make millions off those documentaries, release a book, an upcoming book, spare me the bullshit, claim you want privacy, but you've acted in a different way. It doesn't make any sense. And now you want your brother, you want your father back? I don't know what you're playing at right now, to be fair. And I think the royal family have kind of handled this the right way. I said in a previous video, right, you treat these two how they're acting. Spoiled, crying children. They're crying for attention. And what happens when it's not authentic and they just keep crying and crying? You ignore them. And then soon enough, they slowly but surely come crawling back and embarrass themselves. And that's what you're seeing happening right now. I wouldn't be surprised, right? In 5 years, Harry and Meghan split up. He goes back to the royal family. She then makes another documentary claiming, oh, Harry didn't support me. He wasn't there for me. Because all she's doing is just crying for attention. We live in an attention economy and she's thriving off it. But he doesn't see this. I really do think she has tarnished the royal family forever. Go to all of these countries now. Do you think the public opinion is still, well, the royal family, it was great, it's traditional. No, a lot of people, because as I said, the echo chamber, they repeat opinions. They're going to be like, maybe, you know, we should abolish them. And I just don't think it's the royal family in itself. I think the left, emotional people are looking to rewrite history, replace everything that is traditional. Your values, your beliefs. We're being told it's not good, it's not okay, so we must change them. And that's what's going on here. It's just Meghan and Harry have taken it upon themselves to get rid of that tradition. And, well, for the most part, it seems to be working. It's just only us, right, that really see through all the crap they're telling everybody. We're just going to have to wait to see how this game plays out. I think it's going to be a very long, drawn-out game, and I think Harry and mostly Meghan, again, are going to try and suck as much money as they can out of this whole situation. I just don't think it's going to finish the way Harry and mostly Meghan, again, think it's going to finish. But to finish off this video, we're going to briefly touch on the whole Jeremy Clarkson situation, right? Because everybody seems to be still talking about it. If you don't know what happened, Jeremy Clarkson sent out a very controversial article that I tell you now, I don't agree with, I don't condone it. It was a step too far. I have to say that because apparently people only listen to what they want to hear. But there is something going on the internet right now that I also do not condone or agree with. Because a lot of people now are calling for this man to be fired. Or some people, the really emotional left-leaning people, are calling for him to be arrested. Arrested for what? Words on a piece of paper. That's how offended people get now. Words on a piece of paper now means you can get arrested. People don't realize what they're calling for when they ask for this sort of thing, because when you usher in this sort of consequence, not only do you make it seem like you just can't handle opinions, but also the fact that we're getting rid of freedom of speech, which everybody is entitled to. I don't care whether you are against Meghan or whether you like Meghan. You're entitled to your own opinion. We shouldn't cancel, fire, ban, arrest people just for saying something on a piece of paper. And what people are failing to also realize is, you really think Jeremy Clarkson typed up that article and boom, it was posted. Now, it's not a tweet. It's not one of your emotional tweets, right? It actually gets checked by many people. It's proofread. It even gets checked by legal teams just in case anything can go wrong. So I think the Sun are more at fault than Jeremy Clarkson. And of course, Jeremy Clarkson and the Sun have apologized. But I just don't think they should have apologized, because it looks like you're backtracking on the whole thing. You don't really stand for what you're saying, right? If everybody just starts apologizing, we're going to live in this world where nobody's actually telling the truth. But what are your opinions, ladies and gentlemen, on this whole topic? What are your opinions on the upcoming book, Spare? What are your opinions on this interview that's coming up on Sunday? And what is your opinions on the documentary as a whole? If you've watched it, I personally haven't watched it. People's reactions were enough to tell me to not watch it. I would like to know. If you have enjoyed today's video, then please, for me, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that big red subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. But until next time, it has been your boy JD. Please, for me, make sure to always have a great day and stay safe. I'm out. Peace. See you next time.